Hello and welcome to LGBT NDE. I'm Oliver, and we're so grateful you're here for our very first video. This channel was created to share near-death experience stories from LGBTQIA+ individuals. Stories that have existed for decades, but rarely had a safe or visible place to be heard. For this first episode, we're honored to share that our work begins in collaboration with Dr. Liz Dale, a respected psychologist and near-death experience researcher whose contributions have shaped the field. Dr. Dale has spent many years studying NDEs across diverse populations, but she is also known for something groundbreaking, something that matters deeply to this channel and to our community. She became the first researcher to formally study near-death experiences within the LGBTQIA+ community. In this episode, we'll introduce her work and explain why queer NDE stories have been so hard to find. And in future videos, we'll be sharing the stories themselves, drawn directly from Dr. Dale's research and the anonymous accounts entrusted to her. Now I'll turn things over to my husband Ira, who will walk us through the background that makes this project so meaningful.
Thanks, Oliver. To understand why this collaboration is so important, we need to begin with Dr. Liz Dale's work. Dr. Dale is a psychologist who has contributed to the broader field of near-death experience research for many years. She has studied NDEs across a wide range of people, not just LGBTQIA+ experiencers, and her work has helped illuminate how these experiences unfold, how they transform lives, and what themes appear across cultures and identities. But she also noticed something missing. Despite the diversity of NDEs she encountered, queer voices were almost entirely absent from published research, conferences, and mainstream NDE discussions. Not because LGBTQIA people weren't having these experiences, they were, but because no one had ever intentionally reached out to them. So she did something no one else had done. She created a questionnaire specifically for LGBTQIA+ experiencers and invited them to share their stories anonymously. What she received was extraordinary. Encounters with beings of light. Life reviews filled with compassion rather than judgment. Experiences of unconditional love, and a recurring theme of identity being affirmed, not condemned. These stories form a foundation of this channel. In upcoming episodes, we'll be presenting these accounts, gently, respectfully, and in the spirit in which they were shared. There are several reasons queer NDE stories have been missing from mainstream conversations. Fear, rejection, or backlash. Many LGBT experiencers grew up in environments where their identity was condemned. Sharing a spiritual experience, especially one that affirms their identity, can feel risky. First, the lack of safe platforms. For decades, there were no dedicated spaces where queer experiencers could share their stories without being judged or dismissed. Some NDE forums were moderated by religious groups that filtered out LGBTQIA narratives. Second, there's the cultural gatekeeping. Mainstream NDE media often prioritize stories that align with traditional religious frameworks. Queer stories didn't fit those narratives, so they were rarely included. Finally, we have the trauma and silence. Many LGBTQI experiencers carry trauma from family rejection, conversion therapy, or religious shame. Speaking publicly about a deeply personal spiritual event can feel overwhelming, and understandably so. With Dr. Liz Dale's research, we're helping bring visibility to stories that have been hidden for far too long. Her research gives us a credible foundation, a documented archive of LGBTQIA NDEs, and this channel gives those stories a voice. Together, we're creating a space where queer spiritual experiences are not only welcomed, but honored.
That's right, Ira, and thank you to Dr. Liz Dale for her decades of work, compassion, and courage. Without her, many of these stories would still be in the shadows. If this episode resonates with you, we'd love for you to like this video and subscribe. It helps these stories reach the people who need them most, especially those who've been told they don't belong in spiritual spaces. This is just the beginning. In our next episodes, we'll begin sharing the near-death experience stories themselves, drawn directly from Dr. Dale's research. You are loved, you are seen, and you belong in this life and the next.